Okay, girls, we are continuing the topic of ribosomes here. So, ribosomes are tiny granular structures. We were studying about the organelles of the cell, and the organelles of the cell, the main organelle is the nucleus, and now we are studying about the ribosomes. The ribosomes are tiny granular structures that are either floating freely in the cytoplasm or are bound to the ER. What is the ER? The ER is the endoplasmic reticulum. Each ribosome is made up of almost equal amounts of protein and ribosomal RNA, proteins and rRNA. So the ribosome is made up of protein and rRNA. See, it is made up of protein and R, that is R and then RNA. rRNA. That is actually ribosomal RNA. The short form is ribosomal RNA. Don't get confused. See, they are saying that ribosomes are granular structures which are tiny and they are present in the cytoplasm, or they are bound to the ER, the endoplasmic reticulum. Now, this was about the location. So right here L. Now they're explaining about the composition. So right here C, and uh, ribosomes are not bound by membranes, and so they are. Now, very important point about the ribosomes is that they are not membrane bounded. There is no membrane around the ribosomes. I mentioned that some of the organelles are membrane bounded, for example Golgi complex and endoplasmic reticulum, but ribosomes are not membrane bounded. इनके गिर्द कोई cell membrane नहीं होती. Okay. Eukaryotic ribosomes are slightly larger than prokaryotic ones, and eukaryotes also contain ribosomes and prokaryote also contain ribosomes. Just the difference is about the size. And what ribosomes are the sites of protein synthesis. Protein synthesis is extremely important to cells, and so large number of ribosomes are found throughout the cell. When a ribosome is not working, it disassembles into two smaller units. When it is working, see, there are two units, one is the larger and one is the smaller. So they assemble means ये एक साथ join हो जाते हैं, and when they are not working they disassemble, अलग अलग हो जाते हैं into two smaller units. What is the function of the ribosome? Protein synthesis. Now write here F. The function of the ribosome is protein synthesis. The composition, they are made up of protein and ribosomal RNA. And what is the location? They are freely dispersed in cytoplasm, or they are bound to the endoplasmic reticulum. Now this ribosome was already discussed in the previous topic, and they mentioned that the and they mentioned that ribosomal RNA are formed and assembled as ribosomes. So I said in this topic, now what did we discuss? That ribosomes are made up of they are made up of rRNA and they are made up of rRNA and proteins. So they are explaining that this rRNA, it is formed in where this rRNA is formed in the nucleolus. Understand? See this one. This nucleolus this nucleolus forms the rRNA, and that rRNA is the it is one of the component of the ribosomes. ठीक है, वो क्या कहना चाह रहा है कि जो rRNA होता है वो कहाँ बनता है, न्यूक्लियोलस में, और वो rRNA afterwards it becomes the part of these ribosomes, and the structure of the ribosomes and the structure of the ribosome is what I have already explained. This is the structure. Okay, the next organelle we are going to discuss is the mitochondria. Mitochondria is a singular. If you're talking about a singular, it's a mitochondrion. If you are talking about more than one, it's a mitochondria. Now this is a structure which is double membrane. Now look at the membranes. This one is the outer membrane and this one is the inner membrane. So this is also the part of inner membrane. This is also the inner membrane. So the darker brown is the outer and the lighter one is the inner membrane. Okay, the function is these are the sites of aerobic respiration, and they are known as the energy production centers. Okay, and they are also known as the powerhouse of the cell. The outer membrane of a mitochondrion is smooth, but the inner membrane forms many infoldings called cristae. Singular is crista. In the inner mitochondrial matrix, these are all the organelles which are present inside the cell, which are enclosed by the cell membrane. And what is they have specific functions. The function of mitochondria is providing the energy. It provides the it produces energy, and it is the site of aerobic respiration. For example, when you are exercising, you do what? You produce, there is aerobic respiration going going on inside your body, and this is carried out with the help of mitochondria. Aerobic respiration is taking in oxygen and releasing it in the form of energy. Okay, that is why we say when we are during exercise or something, we get energy. Why? Because the we use oxygen, and in case of aerobic respiration, this mitochondria is the major organelle which is going to produce energy. Okay, the outer membrane is smooth, but the inner membrane forms many infoldings, cristae. This serves to increase the surface area of inner membrane. For example, see, it says it increases the surface area. How? Now see, it increases the surface area in this way. If it is this inner, they are talking about this inner membrane. See, this inner membrane, it has more surface area. It means it has infoldings. ये जो इसके अंदर infoldings हैं उसकी वजह से ज़्यादा ज़्यादा ये इसके अंदर फोल्ड होके गई हुई है. सो इट मीन्स सरफेस एरिया का मतलब क्या है कि फोल्ड करके आपने बड़ी चीज़ अंदर डाल दी है. ये जो इनर मेम्ब्रेन है, ये छोटी, ये जो है ये आउटर मेम्ब्रेन से ज़्यादा बड़ी है, लेकिन ये फोल्डेड है. समझ आइए, बिकॉज इट इज़ फोल्डेड वी कॉल इट, it has we call it that it is existing in the form of infoldings, and it has more surface area than the outer membrane. Understand, this is the total surface area of the outer membrane. Understand, this is the surface area of the outer membrane, but the surface area of the inner membrane is more because of the infoldings. Okay, mitochondria have their own DNA and ribosomes, so it has its own DNA and ribosomes, own DNA, and has what? It has two membranes, and the mitochondrial matrix is the um actually it's liquid. Okay, This blue one is the mitochondrial matrix, this all blue, and it is more similar to the to bacterial ribosomes than to eukaryotic ribosomes. So it is more similar to bacterial ribosomes. The ribosomes inside the mitochondria are like ribosomes of bacteria, just to be precise and to be very uh, and to be very and making it simple. Okay, to be very clear, the ribosomes are the same as that of the ribosomes of the bacteria. And what is the matrix? This is the matrix. This blue um it denotes the matrix, and this matrix is actually a liquid, okay, in which all the reactions take place.